Beyond the Gates Daily YPP Recap, October 28th. What did you expect, Nicole? Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Beyond the Gates Daily YPP for Tuesday, October 28th. What did you expect, Nicole? Welcome to the Beyond the Gates Daily YPP, your after-program ponderings for a quick, and by that I mean you're already halfway done, recap of the most amazing or what the heck did we just watch moments on today's episode. Let's get to it. What happened on Beyond the Gates? For a world-renowned psychiatrist, Nicole sure is situationally unaware and starting to get on my very last nerve. You didn't need tarot cards or a crystal ball to see how the scene in front of the nurses' station at Garland Memorial Hospital was going to play out. Surely she has heard of testosterone? Well, Nicole, when you put yourself in the middle of two men and make sure there is enough oxygen, running your mouth and fuel unnecessary comments, you know the heat in the room is going to cause a fire. She carefully pitted the two against each other and kept enough comments flowing to ensure the simmering tension took hold. Then, to make matters even worse, after getting things all wound up instead of diffusing it, when Ted left, she then had the gall to have a go at Carlton for doing exactly what she knew he would and did. How are you the only one in the room in the right? She's not. And the last bit of respect I had for Nicole is gone like the coffee in my cup. Please let Ted and Carlton repair the friendship and both leave that awful woman alone. Let her marinate with her Duprees and wax poetic about what a Dupree is and isn't in a room full of unwarranted praise. Want more details? We got you. Soap Central has the best full recaps on the internet. You can even go back over 30 years and read each one of them. If you can't wait until the next episode, we have daily spoilers, too. And whatever you do this weekend, do not forget to read the two scoops for some laughs. Hey, admit it, we're funny, in the as close as we can come to being a watching party, without actually being a show. And the best part is if you agree or disagree, we want to know. As always, share your comments below. Beyond the Gates served up a deliciously twisted episode on October 28th, 2025, leaving viewers gasping, laughing, and asking the same question echoing through every corner of YPP social feeds. What did you expect, Nicole? The day's installment blended sharp wit, emotional turbulence, and neighborhood warfare in a way that felt equal parts shocking and satisfying. What began as a seemingly harmless brunch between so-called friends turned into a powder keg of betrayal, gossip, and heartbreak that exploded in spectacular fashion. Nicole, who had spent weeks carefully crafting her perfect image after the charity gala fiasco, finally faced the consequences of her manipulative games. But in true Beyond the Gates style, it wasn't the confrontation itself that stunned viewers, it was the raw, unfiltered fallout that followed. The episode kicked off with Nicole gliding into the community center like she owned it. Dressed in flawless white and clutching her phone like a weapon, she was determined to reclaim her social throne after being subtly iced out by the other women. Her plan? Charm, denial, and just enough crocodile tears to make herself look like the victim. But what she didn't anticipate was that everyone had already seen the leaked clip of her private outburst from last week, courtesy of someone who knew exactly where to strike. The video, secretly recorded during the chaos of the gala cleanup, showed Nicole mocking almost every resident in the neighborhood. She called Kat a walking PR nightmare, sneered that Ted acts like a CEO of nothing, and laughed at Carlton's budget cologne. The gossip queen had finally been caught in her own trap. By the time she arrived at brunch, the atmosphere was icy. Kat's forced smile said everything. She was done playing nice. Zara avoided eye contact. Ted looked like he'd rather be anywhere else, and even mild-mannered Eli seemed uneasy. Nicole, of course, played dumb, pretending she didn't know what was going on, but the tension was suffocating. Then, the moment came that would define the entire episode. Kat, trying to maintain some civility, asked Nicole if she wanted to address the elephant in the room. Nicole smirked and replied, "I'm sorry, Kat. Are you calling yourself that?" It was venom wrapped in silk, the kind of line that could only come from someone who believed she was untouchable. But this time, the room didn't laugh. No one had her back. That silence was louder than any insult could be. What followed was a verbal demolition that fans will be quoting for weeks. Kat stood up, locked eyes with Nicole, and delivered a calm but devastating takedown. She listed every manipulation Nicole had pulled in the last year: the whisper campaigns, the fake apologies, the emotional sabotage. Then she dropped the episode's most memorable line: "You can't play victim when you're the villain, Nicole." What did you expect? The entire room froze. Even Ted, still bruised from last episode's altercation with Carlton, looked impressed. Nicole tried to laugh it off, but her mask cracked. Her hands trembled, and her confidence smirked for the first time that she had lost control of the narrative. That single line, "What did you expect, Nicole?" became the episode's heartbeat, a mantra of karmic reckoning echoing through every storyline that followed. Social media exploded instantly. Fans flooded X with memes, TikTok edits, and dramatic reenactments of Kat's speech. The hashtag "What did you expect, Nicole?" trended within an hour of airing, becoming one of the show's most viral moments of the season. But beyond the spectacle, the writing dug deeper. The episode peeled back the layers of Nicole's insecurities, showing how her manipulative behavior was born from fear of rejection. In a rare private scene, viewers saw her break down in her car, makeup streaked, and phone buzzing nonstop with missed calls. She whispered, "They'll come back. They always do," a haunting reminder of her toxic cycle of control. Meanwhile, Ted tried to keep the peace in the aftermath of his fight with Carlton. He offered to mediate between the feuding neighbors, but his credibility was shot. Carlton, smug as ever, used Ted's recent outburst to rally support against him, painting himself as the voice of rational leadership. The political tension in the gated community intensified, setting the stage for an all-out power struggle. But perhaps the most surprising emotional beat came from Zara, who found herself unexpectedly defending Nicole. Despite everything, she admitted to Eli that she felt sorry for her. "It's lonely being hated," she said softly, "even when you earn it." That line hit home, reminding viewers that behind every polished smile and beyond the gates lies pain and desperation. The writing team managed to make viewers pity Nicole even as they celebrated her downfall. It was a testament to the show's nuanced storytelling. No one is ever fully good or evil. Everyone is trapped behind their own walls. The production values of the episode were also stellar. The brunch confrontation was filmed in warm golden tones that slowly turned colder as the conversation spiraled, symbolizing the emotional temperature shift. The background score, a haunting piano motif that built to a crescendo as Kat spoke, made the scene feel like a cinematic showdown. The camera lingered on Nicole's trembling hands, her eyes darting for a single sympathetic face, but finding none. By the end of the episode, Nicole retreated to her mansion, a hollow victory echoing in the silence. She poured herself a glass of wine, stared at her reflection, and muttered the line again, "What did you expect?" It was unclear whether she was mocking herself or trying to convince the woman in the mirror that she still had control. The final shot, Nicole closing the curtains while a group of neighbors whispered outside, was pure perfection. It symbolized everything the show does best: isolation, irony, and the slow unraveling of privilege. But Beyond the Gates didn't stop there. In a brief mid-credits teaser, viewers saw a mysterious figure dropping an envelope at Nicole's doorstep. Inside was a photo, grainy but unmistakable, showing her in a private meeting with the very investor Carlton has been secretly collaborating with. The note attached read, "The Gates can't protect you anymore." Fans immediately began spinning theories online. Was Kat behind the photo? Was Carlton blackmailing Nicole to gain leverage in his ongoing feud with Ted? Or was someone else pulling the strings entirely? The intrigue has never been thicker, and this episode might have set the stage for one of the show's most explosive arcs yet. Critics were quick to praise the episode's sharp dialogue and emotional complexity. Entertainment Weekly called it a masterclass in social tension and character dissection, while TV Line hailed it as the most satisfying takedown since the series began. Even longtime fans agreed this was the episode that finally made good on the promise of Season 3, equal parts scandal, soul, and shock. What makes the October 28th episode so impactful is that it stripped away the illusions of perfection that define Beyond the Gates. For once, the characters weren't just wealthy caricatures. They were human. Nicole's humiliation, Kat's righteous anger, and Zara's conflicted empathy all played like a symphony of flaws, proving that beneath the glitz, everyone's just trying to survive their own mistakes. As the credits rolled, the audience was left haunted by that simple, devastating question. What did you expect, Nicole? It wasn't just aimed at her. It was a reflection on everyone who pretends their actions don't have consequences. In a world where gossip travels faster than truth, Beyond the Gates reminded viewers that every word, every smirk, every betrayal comes back around eventually. Next week's preview teased even more chaos. Ted faces a leadership challenge at the next board meeting, Kat receives a mysterious offer that could change everything, and Nicole, still nursing her wounds, decides to fight back with a vengeance. If this episode was her fall from grace, the next one might be her dark rebirth. Whether she redeems herself or burns everything to the ground, one thing's for sure. Beyond the Gates has entered a new era of deliciously dangerous storytelling. And after this week's unforgettable showdown, one line will forever echo through its legacy. What did you expect, Nicole?